Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. As you guys can see up on the screen today, we are going to be talking about Mad Lions. This last week of the LEC, I believe it was the third week of the LEC, just wrapped up. And yes, like this tweet says, Mad Lions did go 1-1 this week. But as I have said in the past little bit when I did my LEC preseason rankings video, I am maybe not as high on Mad Lions as a lot of other people are. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. So far, coming into this season, I was a little bit concerned for Mad Lions. Yes, they are the reigning LEC champions. Yes, they had a pretty good showing at MSI, but that kind of depends how you interpret it. But also, just coming into the summer split, coming into summer playoffs, and going into Worlds, I'm a little bit concerned with this team, and after a couple weeks, I'm still not seeing a lot of things that get me super excited, and still seeing a lot of things that I don't exactly love, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. Definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Really helps me out the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. I think I just looked like 65% of the people that watch my videos consistently are not subscribed, so I could have like double, I could have like triple the subscribers. That would be sick. That would be awesome. So help us out, run those numbers up. With that being said, here we go. So when we take a look at the standings right now, Mad Lions, defending LEC champions, they sit at 4-3 right now. They're currently in, they're tied for 4th place, but I really think, like these standings say, I think you could say 6th, because I do believe they are 0-1 against Vitality and 0-1 against G2. So yeah, they're tied with them, but as far as those three teams stack up, Mad Lions is kind of in 6th place right now. And yes, it is regular season. I'll be the first to tell you regular season does not matter at all. I've said it in a ton of my videos, but these guys are trying to win right now. These guys are trying to play well. I think there is some things you can take out of it. Like overall team performances, yeah, doesn't matter. Best of ones, very volatile, doesn't really matter. But when certain players are just playing really good or really bad, I mean, you can still take some things from that, I do think. And they still have plenty of games to turn this around. I do expect them to finish up towards the top, and I even had them selected to make it to Worlds. Now, I'm not so sure about that anymore, because all of a sudden, Fnatic's looking decent, Misfits is looking decent, the LEC is looking really competitive, and with only 3 spots this year instead of 4, it's going to be a lot harder than I thought, honestly, to make it to Worlds, but I still expect Mad Lions to end up as a top team. But again, they're not looking like the defending LEC champions. They're not looking like the team that just did really well at MSI, pushed Damwon all the way to 5 games, and obviously, when we take a look at what happened in the LEC this weekend, they're coming off a loss against Vitality, and this loss was really rough for me. Leader started out the game by inting away First Blood to Humanoid on the Rise, and then Humanoid died again, like, 45 seconds later. Leader was 0-2, like, 5 minutes into this game, or maybe it was 6-7 minutes, I don't know, it seemed like 5 minutes into the game, and I really thought that this was Mad Lions who were just going to absolutely run the game over. Humanoid was going to be insanely massive on a scaling mage that should be able to really abuse the melee matchup of Leader, and they should just be able to snowball this one out of control. But the thing, and my problem with Mad Lions, is they are so damn inconsistent, and they have some amazing players. Like Elyoya, I think is so good, and I don't think that's a hot take at all. Everyone thinks this guy is so good. I think Kaiser is so great. I think those are really their 2 standout players. I think when Kaiser and Elyoya are playing their best, this team is really tough to beat. Humanoid might be one of my favorite players in the LEC. I love watching this guy play. I always find myself rooting for him. But Humanoid, really inconsistent. Kaiser, we've even seen be a little bit inconsistent. I think he's a little bit more rock solid than a lot of players on this team. But man, Arma and Karzi, to me, these guys have some high highs, but man, their lows are so incredibly low that it makes this team so frustrating, and I think that is also a big problem for this team. Again, like in this game, Mad Lions gets out to this big lead. They end up throwing this one away, and this is against a Vitality team who, yeah, is pretty talented, but they're not at the top of the standings. It's not like they're stomping a bunch of other good teams, anything like that. So that actually made me, tweet this out. I was just feeling really frustrated, and I think a lot of people are kind of hyping up Mad Lions right now. Yes, they're the defending champions. Yes, they went to MSI. All this stuff. There's so many things to talk about, and they have a really big fan base because they have popular players. They have a lot of people who love this team. So one, it's kind of funny just to get people fired up to talk crap about that team, and I always want to make sure people are in the right place. When I see people overrating someone too much, I want to knock it down a little bit. When I see people underrating too much, I want to raise that person up a little bit, or that team, or whatever. And right now, I just think Mad Lions is a little bit overrated. So I made this tweet. I said Mad Lions with some changes this offseason could be nasty, but this team ain't it. Way too inconsistent. And I got a ton of replies like, what? Huh? What you smoking? They just smoked by Vitality. They just won Spring and played decent at MSI. And I get it. People are saying, yeah, they just won the LEC. They did good MSI. What are you talking about? I know I've said that a couple of times in this video already. But man, this team, three of the same players that flamed out at Worlds last year. And yes, they got two new players in. Again, I think El Yoya is awesome. He's replacing Shadow, who is pretty damn good already. So, that's great. But then in the top lane, Rome, yeah, maybe need to be replaced, whatever. Armut coming in. Armut brings this team some stuff that Rome probably didn't. But this guy's still so inconsistent. They took an already inconsistent team and brought one of the most coin flip players in the LEC into their top lane. I don't know. This Armut frustrates me so much on this team. Also, when Mad Lions won the LEC and then went to MSI, at this MSI, I think Carzzy was absolutely playing out of his mind. I think it was probably the best that I have ever seen Carzzy play ever at any point in his career. In the LEC playoffs and at MSI, Carzzy was playing unbelievable. And that is not the Carzzy we saw 90% of the spring split. That is not the Carzzy we're seeing right now in the summer split. And is that Carzzy gonna come back? Is he just gonna flip a switch and he's gonna be back for the summer playoffs? He's gonna be back for Worlds? I don't know. So yes, when Mad Lions is at their peak, when Carzzy is locked and loaded, when Armut is playing really, really well, when all five of their guys are playing well, yes, they are absolutely insane. But this team, I don't think is consistent enough to be consistently good. I'm not saying that their peak isn't good enough to win the LEC. They did that. I'm not saying their peak isn't good enough to be good internationally. They did that. I think they went like 5-5 in the Rumble stage and then, lost their first series. But hey, I think if that was like G2, that would be a pretty disappointing MSI. But I guess since it's Mad Lions, it's fine, even though that's still the top LEC team. If people want to say that the LEC is a top tier region that's right there with Korea and right there with the LPL, I have a little bit higher expectations for my best team coming out of the LEC. But again, whatever, you guys can pick your expectations. I was disappointed with MSI for Mad Lions. Obviously, they were very, very close to beating Damwon, but they didn't get it done. They finished out in the top 4. I want to see Europe consistently, getting results above Korea. I want to see them making it to the finals of those tournaments. If Mad Lions is a legitimate top team in Europe, that means they need to be a legitimate top team in the world. And right now, I think that this team is close. Again, I like a lot of these players. They are very, very good. But if people want to act like this is the best team in Europe or deserves to be talked about like they are the best team in Europe, yeah, they might be like they were. But I think last split, Rogue was so damn close to winning that finals, and they probably should have. I still think Rogue threw it. And also, G2 was really, really slumping, and they're not looking that hot in the summer split either, so maybe that's not that big of a deal. But I really don't think Mad Lions is going to be the team that goes to Worlds and makes a semifinals or a finals run for the LEC. And again, that's really what I think the LEC needs. I think Europe, and I want Europe to be a region that is sending teams to finals and having teams that are their goal. But I do not think this team with Armut and Carzzy right now is going to be consistently putting up those good results and consistently looking solid enough to do something like this. So yeah, a lot of people got pissed off. A lot of people maybe didn't entirely understand what I was saying. But man, this team has a nice core. But I just want to see a little bit of improvement. I want to see a little bit more consistency. I maybe want to see them go have a big offseason. And I think something like that might be coming. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about Mad Lions? Do you think they're a little bit overrated? Do you think they're perfectly rated? Do you think they're underrated? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!